If you have 70 hours to change the world, what would you do? We'll answer that question because right now in New York, for the second time it is happening, or for the second time it has happened. He's gone past 64 hours. He's going to 70 hours. He needed 61 hours to break the record. Chess marathon. Tunde Onakoya. He did it the first time, and those guys came and broke his record. And he said, I'm doing it again. And he's there. Marathon chess for 70 good hours. And I tell you this, he's not doing it for himself. He's not doing it for his family. He's not doing it for fame. He's not doing it. How do I say this? No. He's doing it for the underprivileged, uneducated child. He's doing it for the kid who has no opportunity. He's doing it for the child who grew up in the slum. He's doing it for the kid that said, I need a better tomorrow. He's doing it for that child who, when he wakes up today, he doesn't know where the next meal is going to come from. He's doing it for the child who says, under what roof do I sleep tomorrow? He's doing it for the kids of tomorrow. He said, audacious it is that he says, I'm going to raise $1 million. I'm going to build the biggest school for the underprivileged in the world. That is what Tunde Onakoya is doing. And right now, he has broken that record. He's extending the record for every move he makes, for every counter he makes, for every checkmate. Yes, it is a new record. He's got past 64 hours. He's going to 70 hours. And I tell you, as we did them, you break this. When it was at 30 hours, that was it. That is when it was at 30 hours. We'll be taking it as it was going on. We will still be getting it. He said, we've got this. As at this time, it was 40 hours to go. He's just done 30. Record said 64 hours. He's moving on. And that is Tunde making history. History has been made. History is still being made. History will be made. I tell you this. He said, yes, this is Tunde Onakoya. He's doing it like we said. For the chairs. He started from chairs in slum. And he's saying, we are doing it for the Nigerian people. We are taking Nigeria into the world map for the best of humanity. Nigeria being recognized. This is it. You can't beat this. You can't get better than this. You just have to join this. And wherever you are, if you are right there, if you are in New Jersey, if you are in New York, please gather. Go and stay with Tunde. Go and join him because he's doing it every hour, every minute. And he's there at Broadway. He's there at, 47 to 47th Street, 47 to 48th Street, just by Olive Garden at the Plaza Junction, Broadway. He is there. He is waiting for you. Join hands, fellow Nigerians. Join hands, fellow Africans. Join hands for each and everyone who believe that, yes, humanity comes first. And this is what the man is doing. He was here. When he broke the first record, he was here with Quick Pen, the 11-year-old Nigerian ladies champion. And right now, he has taken 3 kids to New York. He took them to the United Nations, and that is what they're doing. But right now, he said, this is my world. I'm doing it for you. $1 million he wants to raise. Audacious, like I said, you think it is, but it is doable. And we will get in there. For every kobo, for every cent you drop in there, it is for the future of these kids. That, for them, for us to have a better Nigeria, a better tomorrow. Look, it is happening live. It is happening live. It is happening live right there in New York. He is going 70 hours. 70 hours. A day is 24 hours. 3 days is 72 hours. He is going 70 hours, and that is what he wants to do. That is Tunde for him. He wears that cap for the children. He wears that cap for our kids. He wears that cap for our tomorrow. Tunde Onakoya. This is what he's doing. He's breaking the world record again and again for humanity, for goodness, for the heart, for selflessness. That is what we are seeing. That is what we are watching. That is what the world is applauding. That is what the underprivileged are looking forward to. They are looking for a hope for tomorrow, for Tunde Onakoya. I tell you this is, we're going to work on this story today. We are going to follow him right as it is going on. That is what we are doing. That is what we want to get. That is what we believe that we can, yeah.
Game going. Good. Let's keep the game going. Let's keep the game going. Come on, everybody. Let's get innovation, everybody. Come on. Well done, Sean. Well done, Tunde. Let's keep it going.
Wow. Oh my God. I think for a few moments, I think I just got transported right there to New York to be with Tunde. He was in the studio. He came here, like I said, with the Empress herself, quick pen. The then 11-year-old, a champion of women's chess in Nigeria. The king brought her here, and then we had a show. But, here is a man who came from, he grew up in Ikorodu. So you can understand when we say Ikorodu and what, he went through growing up, learning how to play chess in a barber shop. He said, I walked in there and I saw the barber and I saw what they were doing. And I took those steps. He took those steps. That sometimes destiny takes you. You don't know where. You don't know where it is. It is not just in the houses, marble-built houses. They said, where do you find the Cinderellas of this world? Where, where do you see it happen? It's not just where, sometimes, like we said, born in a manger. He wasn't born in a castle. Today he has resurrected for mankind. That what we celebrate. And that is what we are watching here. History being made. For the second time, he's sacrificing his body. He's sacrificing his health. He's sacrificing whatever he has, because that is what he is doing, for the Nigerian child. And he's saying, I want to get $1 million. $1 million. We have them in Nigeria. I just read somewhere that a Burna Boy just donated 20 million to a boxer. Is he a musician or a boxer? So portable. That I said, look, you just defeated Speed Darlington, and for doing that, I'm giving you 20 million. Right. So this is the kind of money Tunde needs. Tunde needs this money. Tunde needs them, to help our children to build that school, a dream school. For people who couldn't afford it. For those who when they go to school, they look for seats. When they look for they wear one uniform throughout the entire year. Tunde is changing this. He's changing this through chess, through a board game, through a war game, defending his king with his queen. And that is what we are. And when you check that board, you will see the pawns, the sacrificial soldiers, that the sacrifice he is making. He has his soldiers, he has his knights, he has his rooks, he has his bishops, and they are all there. Those are the officers, defending their king, defending their territory, defending their nation, defending their future. That is what we are seeing. Congratulations, Tunde. 64 hours gone, and I tell you, we're going 70. We are going 70 on this show. Can we have 70 hours on this show? Can we do that? So apart from chairs that is going on, that we can't stop celebrating it. And then sometimes in this show we're going to open the lines and we're going to hear you guys talk and said, and say some words, not just talking to Tunde and the kids who are there. Some of us will say, look, I went to American Embassy, I went to apply for visa and they denied me. Tunde took 3 kids. One of them, he went from he saw her in the IDP right there in the north and said, come. She has never heard of what, she has never seen the chessboard. She has never heard the word chess. But today, she is playing chess with diplomats at the United Nations. He went there and look, he took Ferdinand, who had a cerebral palsy, a child that is fighting physically to survive, and that child is now a chess genius. Tunde is going beyond bounds, breaking the boundary, breaking the ceiling, and getting it done. Jimmy is in the house. Hello, Jimmy.
Yeah, Ken, ever a pleasure to be here. And for Tunde, he's just an history maker, a record breaker, and one for generations. Generations thereafter will continue to talk about his exploits, and whatever plaudits is being given now, he absolutely deserves it. The really heroes are those that help underserved communities to thrive, that help to unearth the real, the real gems from the doldrum, take them out and turn them into diamonds, polish them. And that's exactly what Tunde is doing. He's doing massively well, and it's everything to be happy about, because it does put us in a very positive light. And for someone like him that did come from Ikorodu, his story is one that resonates with greatness stemming from adversity, where you convert adversity into prosperity. And congrats once again to Tunde.
Okay, let me read this out. Probably you guys can follow. I did ask you in the first statement I made on this show. I said, if you had 70 hours to change the world, what would you do? Today has 70 hours. He's pursuing that 70 hours. He has gone past 64, probably about 65 hours now. So we're talking about 5 more hours to go. And that is what he said. He said, sometimes the world won't hand you 70 hours on a golden platter. Sometimes you have to carve it out of your own breath, your own becoming, not for applause, not for records, but for the quiet dreamers who need to see someone leap so they know it's possible to fly. It's been over 50 hours of chess beneath the lights of Times Square. Every move, every hour, a love letter to children who have never known the luxury of a second chance. If your heart has ever burned for something bigger than yourself, come find us. Stand with us. They are there at Broadway Plaza, between 47 and 48th Street, just by Olive Garden, right there in New York.
Sporting poetry in motion, sporting poetry in action, and this is about making changes. He's a change maker. He's creating impact, and he's not just creating it for the Nigerian child. It's a global thing he's doing, and it's very massive. I mean, you just have to applaud him for how he's been able to stay consistent. He's not, the balls around him, he's not being distracted, because we have quite a number of people, they know how to actually create change, but thereafter they begin to get distracted and go into other things. But we've seen clearly he's a change maker, not only a change maker, one that is particular about underserved communities, one particular about creating memories out of, triggering change. And that's exactly how the world can get better. He wants a better, world for the younger ones. And we can only do that by taking action. We have to take it into our hands and create, causes, good causes that can help to create the change we want to see.
Create good causes. And what you are seeing there, that place they are, is between the 47th and 48th Street. Between the 47th and 48th Street, right there. You understand? Broadway. Yeah, if you are in New York, it is not difficult for you to find them. They are sitting down before the whole way. You saw the buses passing. You saw people moving around. They are in the open air. They are playing. They are doing this for you. They are doing this for us. We'll come back to Tunde. We'll stay with Tunde. We'll stay with this thing until the end of this show. And probably by next week when we come in, we'll celebrate it. Because we have just over less than an hour to go here. This is an hour show. But he has about 4 or 5 hours more to go. He was on the 64 hours. 65 should be now. So I have 5 more hours to go. So by the time this show is done, probably he'll be pursuing another 4.5 hours, to get to that 70 hours. And I want to say this. If they break that record, Tunde will break it again. Someday Tunde will go 100 hours.
Definitely.
So let's see.
Let's be clear about that. Let's be clear about that.
We're not afraid of whatever it is.
Yeah.
We will do that. All right, let's come back home. Let's come back home and then let's look at, because the football is coming to an end. No, football is not coming to an end. Football season is coming to an end now. Because you cannot says football is coming to an end. I did this too. I think, did they say it is sleep? Is it a sleep of the tongue, or it's
a slip of the tongue?
Okay, the tongue slips.
The tongue slips. It does.
Is this SLEEP or SLIP?
SLIP.
Where does it sleep? Does this?
If care is not taken, a sleep can turn to a sleep. If care is not taken, so you know what they say about banana peel. So it's just about the peel, the sleep, and the sleep. Really.
All right, let's come to MPFL. There are some games played. MPFL. Remo did have a deep, but I think they've already built up
Yeah.
To say, look, this, before you guys can break it, the chasing pack, the moment it was Shooting Stars that was chasing them, suddenly it was Rivers United. So at the end of the so by the time you lose, you don't drop 1 or 2. They can afford to lose 1 or 2 games and then tidy up the ship. I think they got the valuable away draw.
At a point, it was almost becoming like a Liverpool thing where they were making away with it, but they also have to be very careful. Whilst we understand that that form is good enough for them to get the win, but it's not as comfortable as it looks, as what Liverpool already has built up. But I feel that it's
5 games to go.
I feel
7 points.
I feel they have it in the bag. They have it in the bag. Maybe a couple of challenges here and there, but basically at this point in time, you just have to look at the competition for continental places. Look at 3SC, for example. All the brouhaha surrounding the team initially with the FA Cup, where they fielded the ineligible players, and also the issue inside the stadium. I mean, some of these things. The issue between 3SC and the Ikorodu City is what I'm talking about.
I understand that, Jimmy. The thing is, there is no excuse. There is no excuse for violence on the pitch.
Absolutely
not. No matter let me use the word of how atrocious, the
officiating was.
There is no. Shooting Stars is a brand. You guys are dragging the Shooting Stars into the mud. Shooting Stars was the first Nigerian team to win on the continent. Components Cup in 1976. The Great Lekon Salami, the sacrifices they made. Shooting Stars was the first African club to win the CAF Cup when it was introduced. The very first ever. Shooting Stars is not any kind of a team. Let me tell you something. Jose Mourinho went and poked his hands on somebody's eyes. Another manager, of Barcelona. Did a lot of things. Real Madrid called him and said, this is a brand. You are not representing the Real Madrid brand.
And again, I think
Shooting Stars, the only team in Nigeria to win 2 African trophies.
And I think what was most worrisome is the fact that
what kind of fans are that?
They were really doing well initially. So even if they didn't have, they were not getting joy from their players. They really went against some of that. They are known for going against the officials.
Go against officials, go against if you don't want them, you sack them. You don't attack people. What's your problem? Those of them are attacking these players. What are their lives, the job that they're doing? Are they every step excellent?
And I think what's most important also is ensuring that all the security personnel, as prescribed by the league organizers, should always count for something. If you say 50, let your 50 be 50. And also, we are veering towards maybe we'll have, properly trained security personnel, particularly for football games. Because it's not just enough to say you have security personnel and they're not trained for the purpose for which they are assigned.
Is it Jimmy?
You remember,
Jimmy,
is it a CP Akinshola, Gideon Akinshola?
Yes.
I mean, you have someone like that is still around. You can get people like that to train.
No matter how, even if you put 1,000 security personnel there, they won't solve anything. If the mindset of the fans, you understand? Which is where you need to work on. It is, when you go at this aberration, you sometimes have some group of violent persons or whatever, and they know them, they monitor them.
True.
It's like, how many cameras do you have at Damasimba Stadium? How many cameras do you have there? So how many personnel do you have there? How many people can you watch? You educate the fans.
So Ken, that takes me back.
Not policing.
That takes me back to the question, the initial question that I always ask before they start any league season. Have you done enough education in terms of anti-betting? Have you done enough in terms of anti-hooliganism? Have you done enough in terms of football integrity? All of these things, at times you just look at it and feel like, let's just get this season started. We are anxious to get it started. But once it gets started, especially during the crucial stages, you start noticing some of these, breaches of security, breaches of even common sense. Because, I mean, it's very unfortunate that 3SA, as big a brand as it is, gets involved in skirmishes like this.
Jimmy, the league bodies have tried. Because I know before the league started...
Have they done enough? Can I ask you a question again? The reason why I'm saying this is this. Some months ago, I remember the league, the chairman of the league Honorable Benga Elebere,
Yes.
talking about the fact that they are working in tandem with a foreign service provider to stem the tide of betting amongst players and even coaches.
But the violence has nothing to do with betting.
Ken, it does.
No, that is what this is.
It does.
When
Ken,
you bet,
Ken, your ticket, these tickets that you see,
Jimmy,
they are two different things, right?
Jimmy.
But you cannot say they are mutually exclusive. No.
Jimmy, I agree. See, there are people who bet.
Yes.
Violence. Those who are reacting because their team didn't perform well. So that
because majority of them place bets on the team to win now.
See, other teams, whether fans of Ikorodu play bet, fans of Rangers, are they going to play on only one game? So I mean, you bet. What I'm trying to say is this. You see, it is the attitudinal change, not bet. See, betting of, like you said, if people want to bet, how many games do they lose? Okay, if Manchester United lose, are they going to fight Manchester United players?
But Ken, I'm not sure you understand where I'm coming from. I'm saying
yes.
We are talking about the root cause of these events, things like this that do happen. So you cannot isolate one and say, oh, it's because these people, they just lost. At times, why do they react in an irate manner? Probably, okay.
Are you saying there are no 3SC fans who will bet against 3SC winning?
I agree, absolutely.
So some of them will bet because that is all the odds are much. Again. They will bet against that. No, I understand what you're trying to say. What I'm trying to say here is this reaction stems, which we can put from the result, which is negative to them.
Absolutely.
And like you said, they've been attacking the players and the officials.
So long before that
mindset, time. What I'm trying to say is this: work on their mindset. When shooters were doing well, they go out of their territory to go and get results. If you win all your home matches and you lose all your away matches, I know you're not going to win the league.
And I'll take you back to watch.
Rangers have lost
games.
They lost to Abia Warriors. They lost to Kanu Pillars. Rangers have lost about 3 or 4 matches at home.
Absolutely.
And then whatever it is, how many people have they killed?
Absolutely. So
look at this. Rangers when they lost 0-2 to Heartland.
And at the end of the day, it was more or less like the Heartland players, they took over the field. Jubilant. Nobody attacked them.
That is the thing.
Nobody attacked them. So, I mean,
Kanu Pillars went there, scored 4 goals in the first half.
In the first half.
It was too late. They lost 3-4. They did not. Everybody left that pitch unharmed. 3SC have been going to get
It's a major charge to the management of 3SC.
The thing is, talk for every club, whether it was Nasarawa United, whether you are Shooting Stars, whether you anybody. It is, all this trying to blame the league board. It is you are the one that have the brand.
Absolutely.
You should own it.
Own the problems. Own the successes.
Let's not blame the league board. What is the league doing? What is the Davis doing?
But Ken, you know, at times we talk about leadership problem, followership problem.
Yes.
In this particular regard, the reason why I would say, okay, for the league body itself, as much as possible, they should do more in terms of betting. They should do more also in terms of hooliganism. We are talking about the root cause. We are not saying they have not done well. We are saying they could do better because we want the league to be better amplified. And the only way we can have it better amplified is by doing the right thing and at the right time.
Jimmy, football is business.
Absolutely.
We are saying we are hearing news now. I mean, from some of the papers, and this is like you say, you call it the silly season speculations. Or say Manchester United and Osimhen are all reaching an agreement. And people are branding figures of about 20 million euros per season for Osimhen. Where it is business for Manchester United.
It is.
So it is business for 3SC. If somebody is ruining your business, it is business. Is it because you are getting subventions from the state government?
No.
If you have to earn to pay your salary,
how exactly are you going to approach it? I agree.
You will not spoil your business.
I agree. And you don't allow anybody to spoil your business.
All this one to say, we don't know who do this, we don't know who do that. If they do this and they relegate them, they supply 10 points.
You remember when PG came here, Dr. Raouf Ladipo, and we talked about supporters club. Each club having its own supporters club. And those ones, they will form the protective shield over the clubs so that they will isolate whoever wants to cause problem. They will quickly take care of such people. I don't think it's been done. I mean, it's something that is...
the idea of
having games around them.
Even before the
for that camaraderie to begin to exist.
Shooting Stars now play Ikorodu City.
Yeah.
Before the game starts,
let them play their own novelty game.
Let them play 30 minutes or 15 minutes novelty game. You understand?
Exactly. I mean, some of these things we've been saying it since like forever, but it's still happening. So what do we do?
So let us look at how the league table stands. All right, we want to go on a short break, and let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll move ahead. All right, welcome back. Just to Channel Sport on Sunday, and we just want to take some results. Like we said, we are still monitoring what is going on right there between the 47th and 48th Street, Broadway in New York. So if you are in New York, if you are in New Jersey, if you are in Maryland, go over there. If it's a bottle of water you have, it is anything you have, if you just want Nigeria, just put on Nigeria, anything you want to, just to go over there, identify, and let them know that, yes, those who are occupying there are from the greatest nation on earth. Nigeria. So what we're saying here, okay, let's just look at, we're talking about the league. We're saying, look, Rebel Stars, 5 matches to go. They are 7 points clear. So it will be catastrophic. I don't know how many games they need to lose because others have to win. Just like the chasing part. The EPL, some people were pushing, chasing Liverpool, they're always chasing. They chase Manchester United, they chased Man City, they chased Leicester, they are chasing Liverpool. But good, they push teams to. Good.
Who chased Manchester United?
Some teams. The lines are open. Miracle, Arsenal. I mean, the team with Arsenal is
it wasn't a miracle.
If you expect Arsenal to lose, that's when they win. If you expect them to, the day you write them off, they will just blow you. Arsenal is unpredictable. I love them for that. They play scintillating football, but I don't know. Some people say it's like.
But Ken, I expected you to call me the Oracle because right here on this set, I did.
Did you say it was 5-1? Did you say you are going to win 5-1?
I didn't need to do a exact score now.
No, if you had done that, you would have called it.
No. But I did say that Arsenal will eliminate Real Madrid.
They've beaten them before. Even when they had all the superstars with them,
so that means it shouldn't be surprising to anybody.
No. I mean,
we have a psychological edge over them.
I mean, for some of us, we thought, okay, they were good. Sometimes you have a beautiful team, and then you bring in a superstar, and you think it is going to improve because the arrival of Mbappe will have maybe push them to a higher notch. I don't know how much higher you can go after winning Champions League anyway, but that is what we expected. Add quality, total quality management, improve every aspect of it, and then versatility. One of the best 2 players in the world. You can't call more than 2 or 3 players without mentioning the name of Mbappe right now. True. And so he's coming in.
What about too many cooks? The broth?
But then, like you said, when Jude Bellingham came in the other time, he came in as a support group to the team, and he was competent. When Mbappe come in, all eyes, how many passes you want to give to him, and then he's always falling back. And there's no defensive solidity. The midfield missing goals. I think they had injury also. Injuries. For fullback, I absolutely think that they are being victims of their own successes. I mean, you can't. They are not this sort of team that you write off even next season. They've always been contention. They have the money. They are buying the best players. We're talking about Trent Alexander-Arnold going to see. Alonso we're talking about. Okay, we have Coach Raji on call. Hello, Raji. How are you?
Hello.
Hello, Raji. How are you?
Fine. Good afternoon. How is everything, Ken?
Very happy Easter.
Yeah, same to you.
Yeah.
Congratulations to that young lad in US.
Tunde Onakoya.
And I just want to remind you of my discussion with you the last time.
Okay.
When I told you to the top, you jokingly told me that where do I meet you for? You said Onakoya. You thought that as a cocky person, we don't do sports. But I remember that discussion. You remember?
Yes. I remember that discussion.
I don't want to remind you that, don't forget we have the likes of late Sunday Bada.
Yes. Part of that 2000 Olympic gold medal team, Sunday Bada, the policeman.
Yes, because you said the other time as if we don't do sport in Kogi State.
No, Fatima Tusuf is from Kogi now.
I'm just waiting for this time. And by the grace of God, the league is, we are going to carry the league. Champions League is ours.
Okay.
And,
I'm not laughing, no. I'm not laughing.
I know that you will not laugh now because you don't expect us to be on top of the league. On top of La Liga now.
All right.
So, happy Easter.
Happy Easter, Coach Raji. Thank you so much for calling.
Have a nice weekend, yeah.
All right, yeah. Yeah, it's from the Conference State history. Nigeria is full of history.
Kogi has got Conference Queens. They also have Kogi United.
Yeah.
Maybe Kogi United, they have been underwhelming. They've not been able to get to the, to the higher rungs of the Nigerian league, but they've been around and about. But Conference Queens, they've done much.
Okay, can I see let us see the league table, MPFL. Now we own. Let's the league table. Let's see those who are fighting. Of course,
how many MPFL
there was a thrashing. Katsina United trashed Abia Warriors 5-1. They scored 2 goals in the first 3 minutes.
You wonder whether it's a new management bounce. We normally hear of new coach bounce.
Yes,
but this time around, they changed almost all the management. They looked unserious.
So that is
Remo Stars are top 62 points and just 5 matches to go. Rivers United 55, Abia Warriors 53, Ikorodu City 52. Gunning for continental places, Ikorodu City.
Ikorodu City, they're in the top 4.
Yes.
They're in the top 4.
And it's so good to see because you have to be happy with what they have been able to achieve. They've gone through.
And they are away today to El Kanemi Warriors.
Exactly.
These are the bottom side.
Lobby Stars relegated officially. Sunshine Stars, Aqua United, Nasarawa United. You have 2 United there. I don't know who's going to disunite them. Maybe because Sunshine Stars will be. There are 7 teams that bear United, and there are 3 that bear Stars.
Yes, we have a lot of stars.
You have a lot of stars. We have a lot of United.
Yes, and we have one city.
Yeah, exactly.
Sunshine Stars, Aqua United, Plateau United, Rivers United, Nasarawa United.
Yes.
There is one insurance.
Yes,
you understand.
Yes. There's only one insurance. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So that is Lobby Stars. I mean, they had no home ground. They were jostling from one place to the other. They had issues with the contractors, trying to get the stadium ready. So I mean, they played in about 3 or 4 homes during this season, and so basically there is no way.
Ken, the manage.
Okay. Let's go to Abia. Korafo, our guy is calling us from there. Hello, Korafo. How are you?
Good afternoon, Mr. Ken. Good afternoon, my colleague in the studio.
That's just Jimmy.
You forgot my name, Mazi.
Mazi, forgetting Jimmy's name. Jimmy Kato.
Mr. Jimmy Kato, good afternoon.
Well done, sir.
Mr. Ken.
Thank you.
We give God the glory. At least we have witnessed hallelujah, hallelujah.
Yes.
Mr. Ken, Mr. Jimmy, let's look at this issue of the league we are talking about. Remo Stars, Abia Warriors, and the rest. You see, they saw what happened in their first phase of the league. What did they do? They come back and do what? And do a study work and adjust. Now, that is just like a student who went to exam, you say, or you have a supplementary. You have to prepare for the supplementary. But what I'm just wanting is that the clubs is sponsored by state. I think there is need for the state government to look for capable hands to manage the club. Most of the time, they bring politics into this club. And at the end of the day, sometimes people come and go, stop and go. Corruption comes in every city. They don't people care whether the club is because if we have a formidable team like that, I got these 5 people are just in that. Then the government will be need, even the other ones coming. It will balance well. Now, like Raji said, if you want to make a business, or you want to progress in business, you must invest. And when you invest, when you get results, you'll be enjoy the dividends of that business.
Exactly.
But if it's not enjoy the business, do not be discarded. Now, the club has to move on, but look how as Nigerians or Africans, guys just see themselves when they watch all these Euro clubs. As if without those Euro clubs, people stop bet. Nigerians should still tend to be bet without this football betting with Nigerian clubs. It will help us to boost the financial system, to boost the morale of this club, to help us. Now, when you look at this thing, like, well, let me just take our brother, the first merchant, the guru, Onakoya. Now, his name has, I think he said we entered the World Guinness Book.
Yeah.
Now, I want to find out from you, Mr. Ken.
Yeah.
They say they spend 70 hours.
He's going for 70 hours.
70 hours.
Non-stop.
Non-stop. So you know that the rule is the rule. So how would they sustain 70 hours? I think that one is more than the night DJ. Night DJ people go. Because I've never seen night DJ that lasts for 20. How do they sustain themselves within that 70 hours to stand for the game, for any of these games? So I want to find out, let us know more.
Okay, they give that just like you remember what's that lady from Port Harcourt?
Yeah, it was a Basi.
The Basi that was cooking.
Yeah.
Normally you get about maybe a few minutes to go and ease yourself, to go and eat, breaks. Whatever it is, take water and stuff like that. You have just such breaks, but you will be there.
Okay. Yeah. Before I round up, you see, that speech you mentioned about Christian people. Please. Yeah. What is the situation report with Nigerian football NFF? Because the junior, Christian Chukwu Jr., rightly said that he will carry this issue to the court. Because report now. Can you just let us know more about Christian Chukwu money?
Well, for here on this show, we don't want to go into controversies with anybody. The great Christian Chukwu, all we have to do is honor him. Like we said, is the first captain, the first Nigerian captain to lift the trophy, which is the cup, the AFCON in 1980. He was there when we won the first World Cup. He was the assistant coach when we won the first World Cup, in China, the Ndoka-Gbade-led team. You understand? In 1985, he was assistant. He was assistant to Clemens Westhoff when we qualified for our first World Cup, and also won the AFCON in 1994. I mean, with Rangers, he won the FA Cup in 1974, 75, 76. The same years, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich were winning the Champions Cup, then now Champions League in Europe. I mean, he is a person. He personifies leadership. There are people who never watch football at the National Stadium because when they come out from the tunnel, when he leaves from the tunnel, oh my God, Christian Chukwu. Free kick, put a banana shot, it takes into the net. Put 12 of you there, not 11. He will put it out there. He leads. He's humble, humility, no controversy. No controversy. I remember when we spoke with Guavon, that 2004 when they led there. That was my boss. Gentle spoken.
Yes.
Leading by example. You will see. Oh my God.
Ken, I saw a clip. I saw a clip of Chief Jim Obodo visit
Christian Chukwu?
No. The veteran Emmanuel Okala.
Yeah.
And what I could see was respect. Respect from both sides. I mean, for somebody that used to be an administrator, governor, and all that used to be in charge of our sports, you could see the respect he had for Patrick Okala. You can see the respect that exists between Patrick Okala.
Emmanuel
Okala.
Patrick is the younger one.
Chief Shegun,
Patrick was born in 1984.
Chairman Christian Chukwu. The three of them, the way they respected themselves, they talk highly about themselves. What they brought to the nation in 1980 is not something that, we start debating about controversies lingering around these monies. I think the NFF need to show a lot of empathy in this particular regard.
I didn't see the tweet, but I think I'll look for it. I had that, the Secretary General of the NFF that he did tweet that if you have anybody that they are owing. I don't know. I don't think that is true. Because if that is the truth, we did interview Pa Izilian on this show.
Yes.
we interviewed Pa Izilian, 80-something years old, and he said the monies that were due him when he took the Falcon to win the outcome right there in South Africa, his entitlements, his salary, everything, are still with the FA. We can't be saying this. We can't be saying this.
Ken, I think this should
we don't want to drag anybody into the mud. We can't be saying this.
Yes.
He died after. He died without his entitlement being paid.
Sad.
Were you not owing Shoaib money before he died?
He died.
Were you not owing
Keshi.
Let's go to Kanu. Suleiman, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine, sir.
How are you doing? How is Kanu?
I'm fine. Kanu, so cool.
Which side of Kanu are you calling from?
I'm calling from Tarauni.
Because I know some areas of Kanu. Karaye, Gwarzo, Tinkis. I know some areas of Kanu.
Which area do you know from Kanu?
You say?
Which area and which area you know it from Kanu?
I know Gwarzo. You know Gwarzo? You know Karaye?
I know.
Yeah.
I know Karaye. I know Gwarzo.
Yeah. You know Tinkis?
I know.
Why you are going to Kona Dangora?
I know Kona Dangora. No.
Oh God! So what are we talking about here?
As an ex-international. As an ex-international.
Ask Tijani. All right, Suleiman, let's hear you.
Yeah. Kona Dangora on these RIA, they are all from one axis.
Yes, Smazis. That's Smazis in Kano. Yeah.
Okay. So, how are you doing?
We're fine. We're enjoying ourselves in the studio. We're enjoying ourselves.
To say hi.
Yeah. So let's hear you. Let's get your contribution. Solomon, are you there?
He just wanted to say hi.
You don't want to say hi? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for saying hi. I love that.
Yeah.
You don't want to say hi. And then, that took me back to, my days in Kano when I was an ex-international. So
transversing the length and breadth of Kano.
Okay, let's go to England. Because, we're talking about the miracle of, Arsenal. Jimmy said it wasn't a miracle because he saw it coming. But Manchester United also, so guy would have come, we come with a jugular and say, get. Then here it is. They were dead. But they resurrected. Today's Resurrection Sunday. They resurrected.
I think Nigerian sports should be resurrected. Forget it. United can be there all the while. But for me, I don't see Amorim as a bad coach, but I just feel that he needs to get his act right moving forward, especially into the new season. He's got a complement of players that can actually do some stuff. Some good stuff.
The players that are 14th or 15th.
He
coached them there. How many points did he get?
I think you may be looking at the problems only from this, current. It's like a recency bias from your own point of view. But I give him a season to start afresh with his own ideology.
Jimmy, can I ask you a question?
Not taking over, having taken over from some.
Not taking over. Forget that one, Jimmy. Jimmy, what is the duty of a manager? Is it not to improve your part? One of them is to improve your players technically and align with your tactics. If Rashford, look at what Rashford is playing, tearing teams apart. Look at what
you may be unfair. You may be unfair to him if you look at it from that point of view.
How?
But give him a fresh season to start with this same set of players before you can condemn or praise him. That's my own. Okay. That's my own idea.
Okay, Slot bought all the players he has in Liverpool.
But Slot started a season. He was the one that he was the one that started the season.
He bought the players. He met the players.
He didn't work out well. So let's give him time. The next season, then we can now
empathy, understanding. Trying to synergize.
Yeah.
Get the best out of it. Talk to your players. You see, there are things that people like Alex Ferguson, Wenger. There are things that in Carlo Ancelotti, they will come in and talk. You see, no matter we talk about Pep, 90% of the players Pep has coached, they will tell you Pep will improve their ball control, their understanding.
Yeah.
You don't you look at a player that in the top 10 and top 20 of every statistics of Manchester United, and you say he does not align with your philosophy. Kilo philosophy.
But Ken, at the end of the day, if you look at it critically, I will say that
bring the best out of your players.
But you will not get the best out of all the players, as you well know.
And then the talents that you have, Garnacho is dipping, running like a headless chicken. Radford left there is doing well. Anthony left there and Fan is reading. So are these not enough indictments?
It is the club itself that has the problem.
How can the club have the problem?
Ken.
The club has given you
is a no factor.
Is it the club?
It's a no factor. The problem of United is beyond the gaffer.
Okay, no problem.
Structure-wide, there's a problem with that.
What structure?
Right from the ownership.
Jimmy.
Right from the ownership. So again, Ken, what I'm saying basically is let's give Amorim a chance to get his team.
Who are the we? Is it your
all
club?
All of us worldwide now. It's not my club. I don't care about it.
So why is
like I said, United can remain in the doldrums. But let Nigerian sports get back to his apogee.
Yes, Nigerian sport is our focus.
Yeah.
Nigerian sport is where we need to be. Yeah. Nigerian sport is where all things need to align positively.
Yeah.
You know, we can sometimes it pains me when you look at, you know, I hate using the word nostalgia.
Yeah.
When the past is always better than the present. And you now say, oh, the golden, you know, the golden years and all that. For goodness sake, have we built that structure. On which we want to align? The English were having problems with their football, and they looked around and said, how do we go? They looked at the Spanish system, and they said, wow, this kid, how did they do it? You understand? So they learned. They didn't hide it. They came out openly. And they looked at the German system. They said, Germans are almost 10 years ahead of us. And then they built St. George's. And they said, this is where we want to train our kids. They brought them in. And before you saw them, after then, 5 years later, you see them conquering the world at all the youth stages, and those youth players are what you are seeing.
And you may even be going far. Look at what Senegal and Morocco they are doing. Infrastructure. So even if you can own just infrastructure and get it right,
infrastructure is one of the greatest things you can think of.
Absolutely,
you understand,
because that's where the business starts.
That is where it starts from. We are looked at it. We have 3 tiers of government, and then when else the local government, the state government, and the federal government. And then when else fine, how much fund is coming to you? I mean, how much of this fund are you setting aside for infrastructure? That is what matters. Because if can you play basketball by just showing on air? If you cannot see, can you play the volleyball without the volleyball court? Can you play football without the ball? Can you jump without a pitch? So basically, this and what does it take to put this thing?
And Ken, for some elections are already, you know, people we are having politicians get up for elections. There is no way we can talk about sports without talking about, you know, government, because government has to really, really create that enabling environment, not to run the clubs, not to run sporting structures, not to run sporting assets. But we are saying as much as possible.
Jimmy, Moroccans are they not government that are putting it there?
So what I'm saying is, when I mentioned elections, for example, there is nothing stopping those that are contesting to make sports a critical mass of what they are promising to do.
Jimmy, sorry.
No, I'm not talking about promises.
Jimmy, I don't like to. Would I not talk politics because it is promise and promise and promise. So don't, like I said, private or public, Jimmy. It works.
Yeah.
We have systems of government that are public dominated. We have that are private dominated. You understand? We have seen you just mentioned Senegal and Morocco.
Okay.
Is it individuals that put there or government that put those infrastructure in place?
I don't agree. I don't agree with you on that particular one. If you actually want for all the 3 different tiers of government to get stuff going, it has to start from when they want to emerge. When they start contesting and they show us a blueprint. You say politicians, they will promise. But we are not talking about promises. We are not talking about promises and accountability. How you can hold them accountable to say, you promised in this particular local government, we are going to have a mini stadium that will cater for so and so sports. And you are able to, show that blueprint, and it will be followed up. And that's why we should stop talking about center, because what you are talking about may be, what's the NSC doing? What's the federal government doing? And let's come back home now. Let's begin to ask from the works what they are doing.
Jimmy, we've just talked about the 3 tiers of government. If we have forgotten the center, when we talk about the 3 tiers of government, we are saying the response, how much is it for you to put a tennis court? How much is it for you to buy a tennis board? There are things that the local governments can do.
True.
And then, rather than the school, schools that are within your, if the primary schools suburb are within who? Secondary schools are within who? Whose jurisdiction? And then what are you putting there? So
what measures are you?
What measures? So if you have so those are the things. If you want to bring your education budget, are you just bringing on how much salary are you paying? What of the infrastructure you want to put there? And the way you want to look at the individuals that want to come in, of like the Old Boys Association, like other industries that are within your environment. How do you approach them? The individuals that have been blessed, financially, how do you approach them to support this thing? But you must come in. Don't say, come and give me money. Why don't you go and meet Lagbaja to say, please, sir, can you buy us a tennis ball and put in our school? If it is 5 you want to put in how many wards? You now check how many wards do you have in a local government? What did I give to this ward? What did I give? Is it a boxing gym? Is it a tennis court? Is it a swimming pool? Is it whatever it is? In all your whatever, before you leave, have you touched each ward with one infrastructure?
To understand their needs and create what is even particular to your own domain. That's simple.
So that is the thing. So you look at your niche, look at which areas you are strong. You do your comparative advantage thing. And okay, fine, based on this and this and this. If you are from the Niger Delta, can we have some swimming pools? We have all the states there. Can we have Olympic-sized swimming pools to take it round? You understand? If you are from Kwara or Lagos, can we have table tennis? If you have in the north, can we have Dambe? So a lot of these things come in there. It's just a question of saying, okay, well, you just have a plan in place.
Actionable.
And see how these things can be done. In my first month, my budget, what am I going to do? When you come in there for
step by step.
For 4 years, you have 48 months. 48 months, 12 months to do that. Okay, in the first 3 or 4 months, you have not, but from the 4th month to the 6th month, how am I going to tell you I want to live?
And put technocrats in place to ensure that happens.
So it's a simple,
not paddy.
Let something touch everywhere. What are their needs? Ask the people in that local government or the world. What do you want? What can we do for you? Okay, your own will come in the 6th or 7th or 20th week of my administration.
Simple.
That is how it is done.
Simple.
We don't want to talk politics. We're talking about infrastructure. We are saying those who have the fund, the people's fund in their hands, how are they going to do is to utilize it for the good of the people. Just like what Onakoya is. I don't know how many hours Tunde Onakoya is going. We are going home.
Yeah, Ken, it's always a pleasure to be here. And for our sports, it has to be resurrected. And the mantle, already. We have the mantle. Our guys, Diko and Olopade, they have absolutely no reason to fail on this.
I don't believe in names.
It's not about their names.
We don't know the names of those who are everywhere. This is NSC, whatever they are doing. All right, Jimmy, I agree with you because you have known these guys before, so basically you are calling them. But what we are saying is, like we said, put the template in place, like I said, actionable plans, and let it be done. Tunde Onakoya, we are with you. It is 70 hours that you are going. In the next 4 or 5 hours, you will get there. You've broken all the records. You keep on breaking the record as we speak. And I tell you this: $1 million is your target. It will get to $10 million. You build our school for our future, for the future of our children, and for the future of generation of Nigerian kids. I'm Ken Ochonogo. God bless Nigeria.